Hello, I'm Claire, and I would like to share something with you and ask you something and help maybe you think about a couple of things. The reason I'm talking on this little video, which I'm making in my bathroom with the cat at my feet, is because if you, whoever I'm talking to, have suffered or lived with pain, depression, anxiety, fear, shame, and quite possibly the wish to finish your life so that the pain stops. If you're in that situation where you've tried and tried and tried and all you can see is pain and depression and unhappiness and fear and shame, if you're like that, if you have considered at any stage or even now or earlier or sometimes once a year or sometimes once a day or sometimes 10 times a day, the idea of actually suiciding, of leaving this body, leaving this life, right? You're who I would like to talk to. Because I know. I spent a lot of years being depressed, being ashamed of myself, being unhappy, being just dreadfully, deeply depressed. To the point where I considered, God, I planned, I begged to be allowed to die. Just to stop the pain, just to stop the fear, to stop the shame, to stop feeling inadequate, to stop feeling that I was not good enough or not strong enough or not smart enough or all those things. Because I lived for many years as a man. Because when I was born, they hung me up and smacked my bottom, whatever they do, and somebody said, "Oh, it's a boy, hooray!" Without asking me, and everybody said, "Oh, goody, you're a boy," and they named me Anthony John. Unfortunately, they only decided that according to my body and my boy bits, which I still have, and I'm quite happy to have them. But I lived for 65 years. And from the age of 6 years, I knew that I was living in a body that didn't suit who I was. So, I'm transgendered. At the age of 65, which is several years ago, not telling you how many, I decided that I could not live anymore with pain, fear, shame, feeling inadequate and wanting to kill myself painlessly every bloody day. So I found somebody to talk to who made a suggestion, who I realized that was going to be a big risk, and I started to transition from being a male towards being a female, to the best of my ability. I still don't look like, Sophia Loren or anybody like that. But I work as a woman, I live as a woman, I socialize as a woman, I parent as a woman. And I made that change with all the risks that were, entailed in that, the risks of losing my job, losing my family, losing my friends, losing my life. I've been beaten up because I am a transgendered person. I had a real black eye once. But what I'm saying is that I'm not special. I just waited for a long enough time until I was ready to do whatever it took to stop being unhappy and to become happy. And I have. Now that I have transitioned, I am incredibly happy. I want to live another 50 years. I'm having such a wonderful time because I found the way that I can get out of the depression, out of the shame, out of the pain, out of the fear, and out of the need to suicide. Now that's my way. I'm not saying you need to do what I did, because you might want to change gender, but that's just what I came up with after all those years. There will be, I can't promise, but I feel deeply that for everyone who does have that feeling of not wanting to be in this lifetime doing what they're doing or being who you are, I would like to think that there is something that you could do. It might be little, it might be big. It might be, in my case, it was changing gender. You might need to change countries. You might need to change relationships. You might need to change, your socks. I don't know what it is, but there will be something, I can almost promise you. But what you have to do, and what I did, what I had to do, and what might be necessary for you, is you have to stay alive long enough to find that thing. You look and you look and you live and you live and you... Sometimes you think, I'm going to give up. There is nothing. I can't think of a way to get out of this unhappiness. But that's because you haven't lived long enough, looked long enough, and, talked to enough people. What you have to say to yourself, as I did, is, what the hell could I do, no matter what it costs, no matter, moving country, changing relationships, whatever the hell it is, what could make me feel better? What could make me want to keep living? And then you think, you research, you talk to people, you get a good GP, a good counsellor, a good psychiatrist, a good psychologist. There's thousands of people out there who are qualified and willing to help you and me find out what it is that we could do to be happy. And then you have to talk and you have to talk and you don't. Like anything else, if you want to find your car keys, you don't stop looking until you find the damn things. And you might find that there is a certain change or something that you can do, whatever it is, that you might believe that will make you happy. I didn't know I'd be this happy. I just thought, well, the only thing I can think of doing is transitioning into being a woman. And it has worked for me. I'm not special. And nobody waved a magic wand over my head. I just lived for 65 years and waited and stayed alive, even though every single day of that 65 years I wanted to die painlessly. I wanted somebody to shoot me. I wanted a heart attack. I wanted a stroke. I wanted to disappear and die. But I waited long enough. And if you, whoever you are, whatever unhappiness you have, if you wait and look and search and take risks and do whatever the hell it takes for long enough, I'm sure that you will find a way. You might find it at 25 years of age. You might find it at 45, 55. You might not find it till you're 95 years of age. You might not find it till you're, old and grey and wrinkly. But that day you find it makes the whole of your life change. So just stay alive. Keep looking. Keep being open. Keep talking to people. Keep going to support groups. Keep in touch with anxiety recovery groups and suicidal prevention groups and people who have been there and done it. Talk to them and just find your shtick, your thing, your way, and then whatever the hell it is, just bloody do it, no matter what else. Because the worst thing that can happen is you live your whole life with depression or anxiety or suicidal thoughts or anything like that, and then you die. And if this is the only lifetime we've got, and you've lived your whole life and died, still unhappy, still depressed, what a terrible waste. Even if you get, 1 year of being happy, 10 years of being happy. I'm looking forward to about maybe, 30 years of being happy because I changed at 65. Wow, I'll be 95. Whatever the hell. I beg you, think deeply. Just ride out the waves of unhappiness long enough to find out what you can do. And then just do it, no matter what. Okay? Bless you and good luck with it.